So, as promised, I decided to repost about pop culture paganism and do it right this time. So, once again, here's a disclaimer. If you don't believe in deities, if you don't believe in spirits, if you don't believe in anything spiritual, this is not a video for you. If I showed up on your algorithm for some reason, that is not my fault. You have been warned. So, I want to say that I have very mixed feelings about pop culture paganism. Because on one hand, there's a lot of characters that are based around folklore, that they could be based around an otherworldly being. I feel that your guides could also give you messages through fictional characters, through modern day fictional characters. But I also understand that there are some fictional characters in the modern day that were created to sell dolls, or to make money, or for Disney to make money. And sometimes people don't use their discernment when it comes to this sort of thing. They don't do the research on the character. Sometimes people do it because they're just a huge fan of the character. Like, have you legitimately connected with something on the other side that resembles this character? Or are you just like really obsessed with the character? Like, I'm obsessed with Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter, but I do not believe he's an actual entity. I think it's entirely possible that maybe my guides and whatnot may have pointed me in his direction to help give a message of some kind or help point me somewhere. But I don't literally believe that Kurapika shows up as a guide or companion on the other side of the veil. But that's me. But I've also seen people who they didn't seem to do that. They didn't seem to do their research. They didn't seem to discern between being a fangirl and connecting with a being on the other side. I used to be a Lokian, and as a Lokian, I ran into a lot of communities in that umbrella. One of those communities was headed by the Loki's Druid, whatever you want to call it. There was a whole blog website called Loki's Druid, run by a person. This person made a very big name for herself in this community, and then she also kind of teamed up with this other priestess, and there was like some weird, nefarious, creepy, cult-like shit going on with that. On top of that, from what I understand, from what people had said about this person, is she was charging out the ass for some readings for people while giving really low, reasonable prices for people that she liked. And it wasn't just like some friend discount or anything. She didn't have a set price on these readings. Her price literally was, and it was on the website that said, I will charge what Loki says I should charge, or I will ask you for whatever Loki asks for these readings, or something to that effect. Which, even if you do believe in this stuff, that's a big no-no. Have a set price for your readings, please, and make it a reasonable price. She did not do that. And then one day, the Loki's Druid site suddenly changed to Kylo Ren. And it was all over all the Lokian groups that I was in. And she had even posted a blog saying that, oh, like, I finally figured it out, and, you know, all the bad stuff that was happening to me and all the bad things that I was sensing and feeling. And then she just started worshiping Kylo Ren from Star Wars. Now, don't get me wrong. Star Wars has a lot of inspiration from Eastern spiritual practices. I know that people have turned Jedi into a legitimate religion, and there are a lot of really good spiritual practices within that. But as far as I know, Kylo Ren, I think he was just like a crash grab for Disney. But besides that, the way it kind of happened is it just seemed like poetic justice. And it seemed like the kind of thing that Loki actually would do to somebody if he was tired of their shit. Whatever you want to believe about it, it did not seem like a positive thing. To her, it may have been. It may have been a liberation, but to the rest of us, it was like you were scamming people, and now you're made to believe that Kylo Ren came to you in a dream and is now having a special relationship with you. And she even had a meme in there somewhere of Adam Driver talking about said dream. So parasocial much? So I feel like this is one of those things that you really have to use your discernment about what's talking to you. There's a lot of people that understand the gods as otherworldly beings that made themselves known, maybe aliens, ancestors. Some might argue, oh, well, it's all made up anyway. But sometimes you really have to use your discernment if you hear something talking to you, no matter what, even if it is a deity. Always check. Make sure you're not like schizophrenic or something. But there are people that have had legitimate experiences with specific known beings, and they've been checked. They've had physical manifestations. I feel that, though, if a modern day fictional character comes to you, especially if it's one that was created for the express purpose of selling merchandise, use your discernment. Ask some questions. Ask your ancestors, ask your spirit team, your spirit guides, and make sure about it. And I also feel like if you're going to participate in something like this, I don't think it's something that you should just put out there for everybody to see. Because unfortunately, you are going to get made fun of. In the case of Loki's Druid, she just so happened to do some really bad shit, and then it looked like she got hers, and she ended up a laughingstock. So again, mixed feelings. I think it's a good foot in the door. I think there's a lot of great characters out there that could be based off of beings. I watch a lot of anime. There's a lot of anime characters that are based off of real people, that are based off of legends. Just, if anything, if you're going to do it, use your discernment.